to you. Petal's going to come out here.
Yeah, Petal, I mean, that's an interesting pick.
I mean, okay, look, they have, there's already double melee for FNATIC, all right? Petal excels in that situation. Plus you have Lance to go ahead and peel and kind of act as a pivot point that she can trampoline back and forth over and just kind of abuse that. So I like it.
Yeah, definitely going to be opportunities for the Petal here. What they pick for this final selection is definitely going to go a long way towards if I really like the Petal pick or if I'm just kind of okay with the Petal pick. But there's definitely situations where the Petal can function very well, and without having a strong shutdown on the opposing side, that's a good opportunity for Petal. They're going to add it with the Ringo. This is a little bit more towards the... I want to say, there's not going to be enough protection.
This reminds me of like old school Petal, though. Like, so Petal used to be picked a lot with a Frostburn, and you'd kite mostly, right?
Is.
Like Frostburn,
largely.
Yeah, and you've got the heal coming out. I feel like with the Lance too, that's actually a good amount of like disengage.
Yeah, it should be enough. I mean, the thing is, Lance will have to make the decision at some point in these fights: do I let Petal die or do I let Ringo die? And so
you let Petal die. It's not a decision.
It is a legit decision depending on like how much health they have, how much damage output they currently have. Are they behind in the game? Is there item progression there? Vox comes through, but Cyclone knew that this would most likely be the last pick. And
yeah, the difficulty I have with the Cyclone composition is that there's not really any hard engage. Like,
we were talking about this a little bit beforehand. Oh, no, never mind, Palmator. Didn't get it. We were talking a little bit about this before we actually went live, and we noticed, so Cyclone, they're currently leading in terms of points, but they do have that Lance, and if you look at the statistics for Lance, he gets banned out a lot. I think he's got one of the highest ban rates, but he's also got a ridiculously low win rate.
About 20% in Europe here, so it's very interesting to see a lot of priority on banning this hero, when in reality the stats say that he's not winning games, but we'll have to see what PT Lambs can do. We're currently seeing a bit of aggression from Cyclone as PT Lambs heads on into the jungle, steals away 2 camps, the Treant and one of those fronts, and Radha going to get involved as well. They're continuing to aggress here, looking to just put the pressure onto FNATIC early and steal away all of their jungle. So you're going to see a gank in the lane as Palmatora makes his way up. Waldemar taking a bit of a beating, will be fine for now. Net2Let also having a bit of fun with Radha here, as the aggression is on all fronts.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of counter jungling. Very, very aggressive start from both of the teams. Very unusual for Europe not to say anything, but Europe have tended to be a little bit passive at the start in the past. I think one thing that's going to be interesting, no hope, nice afterburn from Palmatoro there.
Yeah, just to escape the Impale. We'll see if PT Lambs walks into this tribe, or she does, but no aggression coming back from FNATIC. And you're right, Europeans, they tend to try and play the game a little bit more passively throughout the early game. And I'm really loving this new Cyclone roster coming in, shaking things up early, putting all the aggression onto their opponents and trying to steal away as much as they can.
It's working, but it's not really working because both the sides are just constantly jungling each other, so they're not actually winning overall. But this could be actually a very sticky situation for Cyclone in a bit of a 2v3 situation.
Completely stuck out here, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, trying to play down those seeds. But it's gonna be first blood going on over to Palmatoro, and FNATIC strike first.
The first blood there, nice, a little bit 200 gold lead. I was wondering, do you think, you know how like we keep calling people potatoes if they're not doing very well? Can we call them radishes, like just to play on Radha's name?
Playing like a radish, Radha. That may be a bit too harsh, but
I don't know if they'll
yeah,
get
no,
that.
why not? Radha, last week played extremely well, but look at this aggression coming out. Great Impale comes out from PT Lambs to keep Waldemar alive. That will be them falling back to the turret there. Good peel from Waldemar, PT Lambs. Waldemar going to have to recall here, and is going to miss out on a bit of CS.
And that's exactly what PT Lam needs to be doing. So PT Lam, I think he was formerly more well known as a laner, a very formidable laner, and actually we're seeing him in this captain position. Actually, he seems very comfortable on it. He's very aggressive for a captain, and I think it works really well. He's able to frontline very well. He knows exactly what Waldemar wants and is able to anticipate that very well. So if you can keep peeling Palmatora away from Waldemar, this should go quite well. Waldemar can maybe stall that reflex block a little bit longer, but definitely by the time for the gauntlet comes down, needs to have that there.
Palmatoro duking and diving, gonna get away from that one. PT Lamb tried to predict where the afterburn would be going. Wasn't quite there. It is a frostburn completed now here for Radha. Waldemar building towards his first item. Not quite sure where he's going to go. Probably a Sora Blade, but he has, you know, that upgraded attack speed as well, so we can get into the breaking point soon. Here's aggression though. Radha caught out, and Radha goes down before you could even blink. Now they're turning straight onto PT Lamb, trying to find a secondary kill here. They're not going to be able to just yet. Palmatoro going to abuse the fact there's no jungler on the map and start taking away some of these camps.
Bit of iffy positioning coming in there from Cyclone. You could have anticipated that FNATIC were going to be in that bush, and they just kind of walked straight into it. It was just a bit of a face check there, and probably shouldn't have had to happen that early on. There was just a bit of a mistake there, I think, from them. I think they were lucky that they weren't able to get more kills off the back of that.
See that Radha has purchased up a flare to try and avoid face-checking bushes from the next time, obviously trying to learn from his mistakes. We're going to see that fountain completed now for NetToilette there, as FNATIC are in a fairly strong position, and this is quite surprising based on their week 1 results. Perhaps it was just an off day for this team, because they've come into this game, and yesterday's games as well, a huge upset against Team Secret. Now if they take down Cyclone as well here in week 2, then that's going to put some serious question marks over FNATIC's strength.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic showing for them if they are able to knock out Cyclone in this series. It's kind of just looking at the compositions and looking like how they're going to scale up. That Petal, she's going to be playing a very important job there, especially that Frostburn, just keeping them away, forcing Palmatoro back, who we can certainly expect to be getting really into Cyclone's faces. He's going for that Stormcrown build, probably going for that Aftershock a little bit later on, but it looks like FNATIC are upping the aggression.
Yeah, look at this. It's Waldemar caught out. The root, though, goes down onto Palmatoro. It's enough to allow Waldemar to escape the aggression of this glaive, but Palmatoro's rolled this game. He's been so influential in finding kills here for FNATIC, and he's not stopping yet as another afterburn knocks PT Lamb into the wall. PT Lamb solo will have to back away. Hellfire Brew does come from across the map, but good Vanguard going to mean that TechnoJJ takes almost no damage from it. And finally that fountain completed for PT Lamb. A little bit late though at 6:45.
Yeah, definitely. He had the gold, but I think he's been prioritizing a lot on vision, so we can see that he's already had the 2 scout traps, 2 flares, and he's already been putting down a few throughout the first 6 minutes or there, so I think he kind of sacrificed the early start. But is this a good idea from Cyclone? There is a scout trap there. FNATIC know exactly what they're doing.
Trying to take it down, yeah. Here comes NetToilette and Toilet, and it's going to be coming down as well. Oh dear. Stolen away by NetToilette. That's a unfortunate stuff there. The Blood for Blood does a considerable amount of damage and allows for steals consistently from Arden.
And I gotta say that steal was definitely not unexpected. Wait, hang on, double negatives confuse me. Oh,
now,
PC Lamb.
Gonna be PT Lamb caught out. This is just not good play from Cyclone. They're just allowing. But maybe they can turn around as Waldemar goes aggressive. TechnoJJ very low. Radha on the backline trying to do damage with his minions as well. NetToilette very low. Psycho not quite able to find a kill for themselves. Just push FNATIC back here. And this is not the same Cyclone that we saw in previous games. They're just allowing FNATIC to walk all over them. Perhaps this is the aggression finally as Waldemar finishes that Sora Blade. NetToilette's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, they're putting the pressure on. They understand that FNATIC are in a dire position where they can't properly defend this turret. So they're going to try and do the work. There's Afterburn. Waldemar knocked sideways. The gauntlet lands onto PT Lamb. But the fountain going to heal on up this Cyclone team. Cyclone still feeling fairly aggressive. They force TechnoJJ to back. They saw it with the flare as well, so they're going to know this is a 3v2. They can look for this first turret, and that's exactly what they do. Turret destroyed. Cyclone find a little piece of gold for themselves.
Yes, he did. And it was a clever use of Petal using her spontaneous combustion there just to heal up her teammates. And that was able to delay PT Lamb using his fountain just a little bit longer. And I think that was certainly one of the things that helped them take that turret down quite early on. There wasn't much aggression coming out of it. There was a very pressurized push there coming from them.
Certainly was. Now the gold lead is fairly even as Cyclone start to even things up. Waldemar, he's finished his breaking point. TechnoJJ optimizing for that breaking point double monocles, and he's got the first of that double monocles completed now. So this is a bit of a interesting point, this 9-minute mark. Both teams feeling fairly strong based on the items that they are holding, both wanting to try and find a potential engage. Have to see which one is able to do so first. Ultimate not quite up there for Net2Let. Another 40 seconds on that gauntlet. That will probably be what FNATIC are waiting on before they look for aggression.
I think what they need to do for FNATIC is that they need to force a reflex block coming out from someone, but actually Cyclone coming in with the engage.
Yeah, just a bit of aggression. The Hellfire Brew comes onto TechnoJJ just to try and start burning down that Vox. All off a Impale from PT Lamb. Cyclone, they're going to use this to head on into the jungle, look for a bit of vision themselves and some items. That's an Infuse purchased up there by Radha. Cyclone going to head back to the lane and start pushing down.
Yeah, they're again. I think we start off saying, "Oh, you know, this is great. We're seeing a little bit more aggression coming out from them," but right now it's really slowed down. Just a little bit of poking coming from both of the teams, but nothing really coming out of it. We've managed to see one turret being taken so far, and as I was saying before, what we need to be seeing from FNATIC is that they need to force a reflex block out from someone. But Net2Let, where are you going?
Straight on over the wall, the Vanguard to safety. If only PT Lamb landed that Impale, that was a definite kill there for Cyclone, but this might just be enough for them to be able to take this gold miner. Last time it was stolen by FNATIC. FNATIC trying to get in position to do the same. Good Impale straight onto Palmatoro. He's going to get bursted down there, and that's the gold miner going to go to Cyclone as well.
Very slick. I think the problem is, when we're going to come down to it, is that if you look at it, it's kind of a variation of Poke Comp, especially with Waldemar and Rada there. I want to be seeing a bit more aggression. I want to be seeing the engagements being started by FNATIC, because if they can get this, if they can catch Cyclone out, that is exactly what they need to be trying to turn these team fights around. But off the back of that kill, actually, we're not going to be seeing too much being taken by Cyclone. Just the Crystal Sentry. They're not able to clear out the jungle. They're not able to get any more damage on the next turret.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of an advantage for them, but a little bit of advantage is good enough for me at this point. And I'm pretty excited to see that Cyclone are starting to claw themselves back into a substantial part here. Interested to see where this one goes as we continue to put some pressure back onto FNATIC. You're right in saying FNATIC, they had a lot of early aggression, a lot of early power, but like you said, they've started to lose and slip away.
Yeah, they're beginning just to, I guess, mellow out a little bit. Palmatoro, he's got that Stormcrown now and now that Aftershock. There's a lot of burst if he dives onto someone. I think the only issue is that he only has that kinetic shield, so if he gets right into the middle of all three members of Cyclone, there's not much he can do to escape. So I think he needs a little bit more defense so he can withstand the attacks coming out from Cyclone. But it just feels like FNATIC, they're just running away a lot right now, and Cyclone, they were feeling a little bit more confident. We're seeing them just pushing forward in the lane a little bit more. And I think they're already beginning to take control of part of FNATIC's jungle.
So we talked about this Lance pick here for Cyclone, the potentially low win rate that EU has been facing, and I think it's kind of showing itself a little bit here. PT Lamb, if he does miss the Impale, then it seems like FNATIC have many escape tools to disengage the fight, escape. It kind of is an all or nothing hero, you know, Impale only to try and win the fight. TechnoJJ, who just about escapes, reacts in time. Maybe a fight will start up here as Cyclone look for it. They're trying to get aggressive onto FNATIC.
It's a good time for Cyclone to push. It's a fantastic. TechnoJJ is sitting on 2,000 gold. He needs to go back to the shop. Otherwise, I just don't think this is a good idea. But turret, they're just doing a lot of damage to it right now.
Oh, huge Impale onto two Giffian's wall as well. PT Lamb setting up the fight brilliantly there for Cyclone. And that's what we're talking about. This Lance, a powerful pick. You just need to be using its tools correctly, hitting everything, and it's so influential.
It absolutely is. If you miss, it's terrible. You'll die, you might just ruin it for your team. But if you catch a multi-hero Impale, like PT Lamb did just there, that was just game-changing. You caught all three, did a lot of damage. It was a perfect opening there for Waldemar and Rada just to start dealing so much damage, and TechnoJJ, he really didn't have a chance there.
Look at the huge gold swing as well. A turret, a gold miner, and a crystal sentry. Plus those two kills, it puts Cyclone in the lead by 4,000 gold now. FNATIC are starting to slip further and further into the oblivion. There's a gauntlet going down, doesn't connect unfortunately, but a good knockback gonna push this Petal into the wall. Doesn't matter, Palmatoro blown up, Techno JJ against the wall, PT Labs once more, and Waldemar looking to finish this one off with a triple kill. Cyclone are here to play. FNATIC going to be losing their base as we speak. How far will Cyclone push this? Looks like Waldemar wants to just finish it all now. A single crystal turret definitely on the cards, but will they go for the second? Yes, they will. Cyclone are monsters, and the base is still going down. All the respawns, Crystal Sentry and everyone else coming through, but PT Lamb will knock this glaive backwards. Now it's a race to the bases. Cyclone trying to escape Palmatoro here. PT Lamb's consistently knocking him back. A good impale over the wall, but that's just going to leave Waldemar isolated. Doesn't matter, the damage is so huge. He's going to throw that Hellfire Brew onto Palmatoro. Has to be blocked up to save his life. Cyclone take everything and walk away.
Quite the escape there and quite the chase coming out. And Waldemar doesn't care. He's just going to go straight onto that Kraken. They're probably going to take it. FNATIC are in a very sticky position right now. They have a very low turret, and PC Lab, I'm not sure if you want to be there. I really don't know if you should be there. I think he's just distracting them, actually.
He's just distracting them, getting the early vision, knocking everyone against the wall. But now they're split. This Kraken does get unleashed. The heal's going to start coming through, and this is going to be Cyclone looting up this Fox here. Nowhere to run, but so much damage being traded back. Waldemar, he's been blown up already. Techno JJ is starting to scale up. He's looking for his second. He's going to find it. A double kill comes through for FNATIC. They find the ace, and Cyclone going to throw away the advantage they just built up.
This is definitely going to be a thrown advantage. That's a free Kraken. That's a free 50. Oh, here. That's a free 1,500 gold going towards the side of FNATIC. It's not going to completely even the balance books there between the two teams, but if they get this first start, I certainly think there will only be a 1k gold difference between them. That was such a close game. FNATIC just kind of rallied back there at the very end, picking up the 3 kills, and I think it comes down to the silence. I don't think it was blocked by PC Lamb. Sounds caught all 3 members, and Waldemar and Rada were actually very, very close and within range to Techno JJ, which is why he was able to do such damage to them.
Yeah, the split fight as well. PT Lamb's just not in the prime position with his team as he was splitting to try and allow Cyclone to get that Kraken. 1 turret secured there for FNATIC, but this space is still wide open. Let us not forget and look at the positions of FNATIC as Cyclone is starting to run it down the lane. The engage comes out from Palmatoro straight onto Waldemar, the gauntlet as well. Gonna split PT Lambs from the team, but Cyclone in great position now to continue this fight. Start stacking on up, already 8 on that breaking point, and FNATIC, they're on the disengage here, knocked against the wall. It's Palmatoro trying to knock Waldemar back, and Waldemar's blown up. He's done his job. Can he get Radha as well? No, it's gonna be Radha looking for the killing blow. Good impale comes through. Now Radha on almost no HP, gonna try and jump across the wall. No, he's gonna play it safe for now. What can PT Lambs do against Nettoulette? Not much, but he will stop the recall here. Radha though can't get involved. This Crystal Sentry will blow him up. Now it's just going to be him looking for the teleport back. PT Lamb should be fairly safe to walk back, but a very split fight in the end. A 1 for 2, I believe it was, coming through. And Cyclone just not quite able to find the finisher that they wanted.
Just not quite able to. I think part of the reason is Techno JJ is really skilled up. He's got the 2 turrets and he's also got the breaking point right now. He's doing a lot of damage. I think he's not being focused as much as he was in the previous team fights, which is why he's able just to do so much. We're not seeing the paladins coming at him quite just yet. Palmatoro and Nettoulette are doing a good job of just keeping them away and just making sure all the focus is on them. And I think what Cyclone do is just realize that we need to get onto Techno JJ. He's the main damage dealer. Stay away from Palmatoro.
Very important times here. This 18-minute mark, and there's only 2,000 gold between these two teams. The infusions have been purchased onto both the junglers and carries of both teams. And a single fight could decide the fate of FNATIC if they lose enough members in the fight. Cyclone just trying to put the pressure on. There's another Hellfire Brew, going to be shielded up though with the Vanguard from Nettoulette. Just waiting on this Kraken to spawn. Here she is, back on the map. Another contention point here as FNATIC are going to have to defend against Cyclone if Cyclone decide to start this one up.
Yeah, Palmatoro, he needs to get his infusion. It is going to be running out soon, but I think he'll be picking one up now. Yes, there it is. Right now, I think we're just going to be seeing this dance between these two teams. It's a very pivotal moment there, and they're just kind of being teased by the Kraken. Where are you, PT Lab? That's the wrong way!
Yeah, Waldemar, he is completely separated. Radha there as well. Wait for it into the gauntlet. Waldemar taking so much damage, knocked against the wall. Waldemar gonna be taken down by Techno JJ. A massive mistake coming out of Cyclone, as now PT Lamb, the next target, trying his best to escape over the wall. Radha, the target, Techno JJ brought low. They're not able to find the killing blow onto either PT Lambs or Radha. FNATIC are going to turn back to the middle of the map and look to try and start this Kraken up.
That was terrible positioning. Terrible positioning coming out there. We just saw Cyclone just being completely split with the two carries, with no defense. They're just caught out. Oh, are we going to be seeing a steal?
No way. PT Lambs won't be able to. It does get secured there by FNATIC. Now Cyclone, they have a Kraken to deal with. Waldemar, he's respawned, but you're right. Cyclone's positioning have lost them 2 fights in this game. And it's been PT Lamb split from his carry and his jungler. I want to see that changing in the next couple of fights, or I feel like Cyclone may just... Oh, whoa, way. Cyclone are marching.
No.
They're looking for the back door here. There's no scout traps to stop them. They're just going to march straight on in. The Kraken being spotted up. Palmatoro knows it's coming. The recalls are here. It's going to be a fight in the base of FNATIC whilst the Kraken starts to march its way down the lane. Cyclone just looking to finish this one up now and here. And they're going to be grouped up. Can they find the damage? Radha taking a beating. Stuck inside the gauntlet and taken on down. A massive throw from Cyclone as they lose 2 in the process. That's Waldemar and PT Lamb dropped. Radha, the last man alive, 40-second death timers as well. The Kraken marching its way towards that choke turret. And I don't think Radha escapes this one either. Knocked back by the afterburn, trying to trampoline to safety. There's no way the ace will come through. That's him dropped. And now FNATIC can just march straight on up and join the Kraken in this push.
What a call, and it played off terribly for them. You know, it looked so close, and we just saw Waldemar just trying the whole time to take down that turret, but was just doing no damage because of the extra health. And actually, this could be FNATIC taking the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Cyclone have just thrown away their victory, thrown away their advantage. This Kraken marching on in. No. Waldemar going to do his best to do the damage, but he's getting focused down by FNATIC. The damage going through, just one Vein Crystal turret, Hellfire Brew coming out, but the fountain there. FNATIC going to finish this game up, take the Vein Crystal. Game 1 of this series goes FNATIC's way.
Oh my gosh, I think that was Cyclone.